Hello. This is my third week update. Check out my previous video. That was my first week of cold turkey off the marijuana. Feeling pretty good. Feel clear-headed. Feel like I'm a safer driver. My house isn't still the most arduous at the moment, but I'm getting around to that. I just feel pretty good, to be honest with you. The first week was just sweating and nightmares, which I'm still getting a little bit. It's currently 3 o'clock in the morning over here, so and I've probably got about a 5-hour sleep last night, so my sleeping pattern's a bit all over the place still. I find it was helping me with that, if anything, or maybe that's just an excuse and that's the weed talking inside of me, I don't know, but I will not be going back to that. I mean, I feel brilliant, if I'm honest. It's been difficult, but there is no way I'm letting myself down now, and I guess that's what this whole thing's about, you know. I was trying to think of some sort of analogy for this, because I always find comparing it to something can put things into perspective. Now, look at it like this: you've broken down the bottom of a hill, quite a steep hill. It's quite a steep hill, and your house is right at the top of that hill. It's probably about 500 meters. It feels like 500 miles. Now you've got to get that car to the top of the hill, so you can push up there by yourself, and it's going to be hard. It is going to be hard to push that car up that hill. Chances are you're going to fall back down again, and what are you going to do then? You're stuck back at the bottom. So what do? You get help. Now, obviously, that depends on who you're around, who you know, who your friends are, what your family's like, people on the internet. Every little word that someone says will help you. Every bit of motivation to push you. So, you're at the bottom of the hill with your car. You start by pushing it yourself. Like, okay, I'm going to push this. You know what? I'm going to get this car up to the top of that hill. I'm going to get this car back home. You get some help off your friends. They're helping you push it as well. They're helping you push it, and you're probably going to get about halfway. And there's going to be a few points where you have to just sort of stop. You feel like giving up, but you got to just take stock and thinking, I've got this far, I'm almost home. You've got people supporting you, even when they're not there. I'm talking sort of hypothetically here, obviously. You've got someone helping you, whether that be friends, family, people on the internet, or even sometimes your own willpower if you're strong enough. And you keep pushing that vehicle up, man. Keep doing it, and you will get there. You will get that vehicle all the way up, back home, and that's exactly what this is like. There's been so many occasions. I couldn't even name how many occasions there's been where I've been like, oh, I need a joint. But the past 3 days, I've been feeling like I've got this now. I've got this. And, I mean, if you have watched my previous video, I did say that I stopped smoking as well. I believe that I was smoking tobacco to compensate for when I couldn't have the weed, mostly at work. So I'd gone, 2.5 weeks without tobacco, and I caved. I did. And now there may be people in my situation, there may not be, but if you are in my situation, I had a roll up, which is tobacco in a Rizzler over here, and man, that tasted like shit. I mean, I get asthma anyway, so it's just one of the reasons that I stopped. Literally, I had the first drag, I was like, yes, this is amazing, this is great. Second drag was like, something's not right here. Third drag, no, I can't finish this cigarette. I can't do this. The difference, going 2 weeks without it, just over, going that time without it, then going back to it, man, that hurts your chest. You could really feel the heat going down, mostly my throat, if I'm honest with you. I could feel the heat going down my throat. I mean, I can still taste it, and it's been a good few days. I've still only had a few drags of it, and, I've had a bit of asthma, and it just goes to show, doesn't it, really? I don't really have to say much. I mean, take what you want from this. I mean, this is just like a vlog, and if you can relate to it and it's going to help you, then fair dues. I've had a little vape pen, which has helped. It's been very good. Also, I don't know if this counts. Let me know what you think. But I did get some CBD oil. Now, I have suffered with quite severe anxiety. I have a condition, and if you don't have this condition, that's fine. This is just me. I'm a very peculiar person by the looks of it, because I have this thing called restless leg syndrome. So at night time, I can't keep still. My legs are aching, my muscles ache, my arms ache, my neck aches, and the weed did help that, but it didn't get rid of it. But I guess it sort of made me think a bit differently, so it didn't feel as bad, if that makes sense. So I was doing loads of research about this CBD oil, and I've got myself the full spectrum, and I've watched loads of videos. And by the way, disclaimer: I'm not a doctor. This is just my experience. I got that today actually, and makes you feel a bit mellow. Tastes quite earthy. You can taste the hemp. At first, it's like it's quite nice, and it gets a bit strong. If you are going to vape CBD, make sure you have a lower voltage, because you can burn your car and stuff. And I've had a right game with it today. But it's something you should look into. I'm not going to go too much into that. It has just been legalised over here. I've grabbed some from my local vape shop, so I found that helped with anxiety. Felt pretty cool today. Felt confident. Didn't feel like I was overthinking, like I normally do. Also, I just want to go through some of the effects that I had for the first couple of weeks. So I'm a massive gamer. I love playing Rocket League, COD. I love playing piano, writing music, and weed was always the thing I asked. I got permission off weed before I did that. Anything like that, it was the weed first. Then that would make me enjoy the things I did more, which I'm pretty sure you can relate with that, because that's what it does. It makes everything great. Now, the first 2-3 weeks, it could be different for people, and bear in mind, I was quite reliant on this, so I know there's people that smoke a lot more than me, but in my opinion, I was smoking quite a bit. And yes, them first 2-3 weeks, I felt like everything that I enjoyed before, I no longer enjoyed. I can't play computer games the same, I was playing it purely just to distract me from doing anything else, because there was nothing else to do. It was that or sleep. And it's not like me to go to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm a 3 a.m. guy. And, that's all I was doing. Just trying to distract myself, and nothing was fun. I didn't touch my piano. And the past probably like 2-3 days, I've sort of managed to get that motivation back. It's like inspiration in a way. You start to, the things that make you enjoy the things that you enjoyed, it all starts to come back. And what you realise is that the weed didn't actually make you enjoy that. It just made you thought you enjoyed it. It's bizarre. And maybe it took the weed to get me to realise all of this. Maybe it wasn't exactly a bad thing. Do you know what I mean? I've built a bridge over something here, and maybe sometimes we've got to go for these things to be able to see where we stand in life, and that's not a bad thing. There's people out there on heroin and cocaine, and maybe you're one of them. I don't know. No judgments. I've met all sorts of people. I know all sorts of people, and I can only imagine what that's like. But it's been a very interesting experience, a bit like my own little scientific experiment, if you like. But yeah, I mean, I can even tell by looking at myself through my phone that I seem much more relaxed. I do advise giving it a go. It is difficult, 100%, but you can do it, definitely. If I can do it, then anyone can do it. Just like anyone could start smoking weed. So just, take the plunge. If you're watching this now and you're thinking about it and you have that little voice inside of you, which you can just about hear, listen carefully to it. I found that watching, you'll either hate me for this, I don't know, or maybe you'll agree with me. I found watching Jordan Peterson, who's this clinical psychiatrist from Canada. Ignore all the propaganda and all the bad press. He's got all these lectures online about taking responsibility and taking control of your life, and he has a lot of stories that, different analogies to make you think differently, and I found listening to him really, really helped me. It's definitely put things into perspective for me, and that alongside, I guess, willpower and watching other people going through what I've gone through and just seeing that, this is normal. This is actually a normal thing, and I'm not alone. It turns out there's hundreds of thousands, millions of people going through what you're going through. Sounds ridiculous, but it's true. You've only got to type in, whatever you type in on YouTube, look at the comments, and you'll see what people are going through. I just wanted to make this a quick video, to be honest with you. I didn't want to drag it on too much. Any questions, anything at all, leave them in the comments, and what I'll do is I'll make a video and I'll try and answer all these questions, because I do feel like this is something that we need to speak about, as a community. I guess we're like a community of people fixing our minds, so don't be alone in that. Okay, if you haven't got YouTube, sign up. It takes 5 minutes, it's worth it. Comment, and I will be keeping on top of it. I'll post a video in a week or two just to give you an update on it, so how exactly the progress is for me, from a generic sort of standpoint. And I hope this clears up things for you. I'm assuming I might get a few questions about the CBD oil. If that's the case, whack them in. If you know anything about it, then again, throw that in. Just before I go, I will mention that there's two kinds. There is the full spectrum, and there's the pure natural CBD oil. From what I've read, I'm not a doctor, I don't know 100% how it all works completely. I'm still kind of new to it, but from what I'm hearing, if you've got similar symptoms to what I'm having right now, CBD full spectrum is the best way to go. It's meant to have all the hemp, cannabinoid oils, chemicals in there that, when they work all together, it works better with your brain. And if you're not too sure about that, if you're not too sure, don't do it at all. And I recommend just, if you're smoking the weed, just get yourself a vape pen, deal with it for a few days, get used to it. Find information on about these online and just see, because the coals are a pain in the arse, and I've had them in the past and I've never thought I'd get back into it, but finally figured it out. Best thing I've ever got. So this thing's probably saved my life, even though We might figure out in 20 years' time it causes some horrible disease, but you know what, for now, I'm happy with it. It feels safe compared to that cigarette I had the other week, when I felt it burning my lungs. But yeah, this is just a quick one, and any questions, throw them in. Thanks for watching.